कल्याणायुतपूर्णचन्द्रवदनां प्राणेश्वरानन्दिनीं पूर्णापूर्णतरां परेशमहिषीं पूर्णामृतास्वादिनीं सम्पूर्णां परमोत्तमाम् अमृतकलां विद्यावतीं भारतीं श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। एकारादिसमस्तवर्णविविधाकारैकचिद्रूपिणीं चैतन्यात्मकचक्रराजनिलयां चन्द्रान्तसञ्चारिणीं भावाभावविभाविनीं भवपरां सद्भक्तिचिन्तामणिं श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। ईहाधिकपरयोगिवृन्दविनुतां स्वानन्दभूतां परां पश्यन्तीं तनुमध्यमां विलसिनीं श्रीवैखरीरूपिणीं आत्मानात्मविचारिणीं विवरगां विद्यां त्रिबीजात्मिकां श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। लक्ष्यालक्ष्यनिरीक्षणां निरुपमां रुद्राक्षमालाधरां त्रैक्षार्धाकृति दक्षवंशकलिकां दीर्घाक्षि दीर्घस्वरां भद्रां भद्रवरप्रदां भगवतीं भद्रेश्वरीं मुद्रिणीं श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। ह्रीं बीजाङ्गतनादबिन्दुभरितां ओङ्कारनादात्मिकां ब्रह्मानन्दघनोदरीं गुणवतीं ज्ञानेश्वरीं ज्ञानदाम् इच्छाज्ञाकृतिणीं महीं गतवतीं गन्धर्वसंसेवितां श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। हर्षोन्मत्तसुवर्णपात्रभरितां पीनोन्नताघूर्णितां हुङ्कारप्रियशब्दजालनिरतां सारस्वतोल्लासिनीं सारासारविचारचारुचतुरां वर्णाश्रमाकारिणीं श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम्। सर्वेशाङ्गविहारिणीं सकरुणां सन्नादिनीं नादिनीं संयोगप्रियरूपिणीं प्रियवतीं प्रीतां प्रतापोन्नतां सर्वान्तर्गतिशालिनीं शिवतनु सन्दीपिनीं दीपिनीं श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् कर्म विवर्जितां कुलवतीं कर्मप्रदां कौलिनीं कारुण्याम्बुधि सर्वकामनिरतां सिन्धुप्रियोल्लासिनीं पञ्चब्रह्मसनातनासनगतां गेयां सुयोगान्विताम् श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् हस्त्युत्कुम्भनिभस्तनद्विदयतः पीनोन्नतादानताम् आराध्याभरणां सुरेन्द्रविनुतां शृङ्गारपीठालयां योन्याकारकयोनिमुद्रितकरां नित्यां नवार्णात्मिकां श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् लक्ष्मीलक्षणपूर्णभक्तवरदां लीलाविनोदस्थितां लाक्षारञ्जितपादपद्मयुगलां ब्रह्मेन्द्रसंसेवितां लोकालोकितलोककामजननीं लोकाश्रयाङ्कस्थिताम् श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् ह्रीङ्काराश्रितशङ्करप्रियतनुं श्रीयोगपीठेश्वरीम् माङ्गल्यायुत पङ्कजाभनयनां माङ्गल्यसिद्धिप्रदां कारुण्येन विशेषिताङ्ग सुमहालावण्यसंशोभितां श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् सर्वज्ञानकलावतीं सकरुणां सर्वेश्वरीं सर्वगां सत्यां सर्वमयीं सहस्रदलजां सत्त्वार्णवोपस्थितां सङ्गासङ्गविवर्जितां सुखकरीं बालार्ककोटिप्रभां श्रीचक्रप्रियबिन्दुतर्पणपरां श्रीराजराजेश्वरीम् कादिक्षान्तसुवर्णबिन्दुसुतनुं सर्वाङ्गसंशोभितां नानावर्णविचित्रचित्रचरिताम् चातुर्यचिन्तामणिम् चित्रानन्दविधायिनीं सुच
Good evening, everybody. Jai Shri Mataji. Welcome to this evening meditation. Welcome all the Sajugis of UK and elsewhere. The topic of today's meditation is Sahasrara is the only instrument which will work out Sahaja in the modern times. So we will just bow down to Sri Mataji without forgetting to put our Ajna Chakra on the ground and asking the Mother Earth to suck in all the problems of our Ajna Chakra, and then slowly raise our Kundalini and put a bandhan. Sri Mataji, we humbly ask your permission to go into the state of meditation, which is your domain, which is your kingdom. Please allow us to go into this thoughtless state, to be stationed there, and move on further to the doubtless state. You can say the three Mahamantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Triguణात्मिका Kundalini Sakshat Sri Adishakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Just try to feel the Kundalini coming out of Sahasrara. Like a unflickering flame. Flickers with our thoughts. The goddess of Sahasrara is Sri Mataji. She is the queen of Sahasrara. So let us listen to a very lovely version which depicts this fact and describes so very well. It cannot be better explained. Let's see it with full attention. Now we'll say together a small prayer. For opening the Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, please let me recognize you from all my heart in all circumstances so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me be relaxed and always remember that you are the doer and you are the enjoyer, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me not get lost in worldly things, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me be disciplined about my meditation, so that my Sahasrara opens out fully. Let me always remember that I am a divine person, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me be always introspective and meditative, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let my heart be filled with pure devotion, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me always feel your love and be one with your cosmic form, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. Let me be peaceful in all circumstances, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. And last but not the least, let my attention always be at your lotus feet, so that my Sahasrara opens fully. So you can just watch the video of Sri Mataji with full attention.
It's a very deep subject. So when the enlightenment
It's subtitle in English, you can put the
takes place
subtitles.
in the brain, then the truth is perceived through your brain. That's why it's called as Satya Khand, means you start seeing the truth perceived by your brain. Because so far, whatever you see through your brain is not the truth. What you see is just the outer side. Say you can see the colors. You can see the different aesthetics of the colors. You can see the quality of the thing. But you cannot say whether this carpet has been used by some saint. You cannot say whether this is made by a devil or a divine person. You cannot say that this gentleman, is he a good person or he is an evil person. You cannot say if this deity has come out of the Mother Earth or not. Also, you cannot say about any person who is your relation, whether he is a good relation or a bad relation, or what sort of a person he is, whether he goes to wrong people or to the right people, whether he has connections with the wrong side or with good side. Here good means divine. Now the spirit is expressed in the heart, is reflected in the heart. The center of the spirit, we can say, is in the heart. But actually the seat of spirit is above, here. And that is the spirit what we call of the God Almighty, whom you call Parvardikar, you call him Sadashiva, or you can call him the Rahim, and you can call him by many names which are said about the Lord who is God Almighty. Niranjan, they call it Nirahankar, every sort of words which start with Nira, Nihi. Now at every center in the body, you receive a different type of joy. Every center has a different type of joy, and there are names for every types of joy you receive at every center when the Kundalini rises. But when the Kundalini comes into the Sahasrara, then the joy you receive is called as Nirananda. Nirananda. Now Ni means nothing else but Ananda. Nirananda. Also surprising, my name is Neera. Also in my family I am called as Neera. And Neera also means Mary, Mariam. Because it means marine. Neera is water. Neera means water in Sanskrit language. It is called as Nirananda in the brain. And this stage ultimately unfolds. First, what you know is the Satya, is the truth. What is this another gentleman is suffering from that you see on your fingers. First you see your fingers. With your attention, you know what chakras, what fingers are catching, with your attention. Then with your brain, you can depict what center it is catching. Because if you say this finger, that doesn't mean it is Vishuddhi chakra. But your brain then says it is Vishuddhi. And that depicts it that this fellow is suffering from the troubles of the Vishuddhi chakra. But still it is rational. Because you see what finger it catches and then you say. But when the Satyakhanda or the Sahasrara unfolds itself more, you don't have to think about it, you just say it. Then there is no difference between your Chitta and your Satya. The enlightened Chitta and the enlightened brain become one. There is no problem at all for such a person. There is no need to see on the fingers. No need to say anything on the fingers and then depict it through brain, which you have learnt in Sahaja Yoga. That if you find something wrong here, it means Agya. And you just say it and it is there. Then it unfolds more. First, it is integrated with, as I said, Chitta. Then when it gets absolutely integrated with the spirit, then whatever you say is the truth. You just say it is so. That is how this brain unfolds into 3 new dimensions. First, it depicts the truth through logical conclusions, because I have told you that if this finger is catching, then it is Vishuddhi. And then you ask the person, have you got a problem here? He says yes. Then you believe in me, and then you believe that this is the Vishuddhi chakra which is showing is true. This is the logical conclusion. In a way, that you have experimented, you are seeing, you are still doubting whether mother says it's true or not, and then you are sure, yes, it is so. We have seen this is Vishuddhi chakra. So, the truth becomes logically acceptable to this brain. But still, there is the brain working out on its gross level. Then the second stage, as I told you, where you believe, you know for definite that this means Vishuddhi chakra, no doubt about it. Nobody, then we started, Vikalpa has started, when there's no doubt about me or Sahaja. But then the new unfolding starts within. For that, one has to do meditation. In humility, one has to do meditation. And then also for this new dimension where your chitta itself becomes merged into your brain or into the enlightened brain, for that one has to very honestly and humbly surrender to Sahaja. So when you get it into your Sahasrara, yes, it is true, Sahasrara was opened out. Because of that you got this mass realization. That's true. But now the quality has to go. Quantity is quite great. The quality has to grow of the Sahasrara. And the Sahasrara is the only instrument which is going to work out Sahaja Yoga in the modern times. If we realize that heart plays the most important role in Sahasrara. Just here is the heart center. How important it is that you have to recognize through your heart, otherwise this center won't open, then how do you get your realization? What a beautiful connection made, that this center here is the seat of the heart, is the pita of the heart, and this has to open out, then only Kundalini comes in. So all this machinery is connected and made in such a manner that you have to understand the importance of heart connected to this brain, which is absolutely integrated with heart. Sahasrara is the one to be preserved by putting left to the right, right to the left, and everything, opening it out, but by recognition. With introspection also you can ask, why can't I recognize that way? Why can't I do that way? What is my interest? Now if you come to Sahaja Yoga for making some sort of a power game, you want to have a power, you are finished. You want to have money or some sort of a business, you are finished. Anything else you try, like making something for your children or for your marriage or family or any such outward things, if you come to Sahaja Yoga, this won't work. But just to expand your heart, to spread your love to everyone, to feel their love within your heart, and then to put yourself into a position when it responds, the heart responds to divinity within you and to your mother with full mental activity of the heart. Today's subject may sound rather difficult for you to understand, but I had to say this one day because we are quite satisfied with a little of the Kundalini coming out of our head. There's so much to come out, so much divinity is there which has to come out. And if you have to ascend, and if you are the foundation of that new age which is going to transform the whole world, we'll have to work hard. We shouldn't say, I don't know how to get up in the morning, I don't know. You are on a war path. You are soldiers now. And you have to work it out if you have to fight the forces of ignorance and darkness. This has to be worked out. This has to be paid attention to. So what you have to do is to absolutely decide within yourself today that we are going to work it out in such a way that we all will become very powerful servants. And through us, the whole world is going to be saved. Now, what experience you should have to build that in your heart is the point. And the experience is of your own divinity, of your own spirituality. Once you start developing that experience, then you know that you are a divine person. Unless and until you are aware fully that you are a divine person, howsoever faith you may have in me, the recognition is not complete, because who is recognizing me is a blind person. If a blind person is recognizing me, it won't have that response of the heart. So first you have to recognize yourself to be a divine person, to have faith in yourself. We do not have faith in ourselves, though we are Sahajogis. If there's any problem, they'll write a letter to me. If they are sick, they'll write a letter to me. If there's any family questioning, they'll write to me. If there's somebody is bothering them with some questions, they'll ask me. But if you become introspective and meditative, then you touch that divinity within you. When you touch that divinity, you know you are a divine person. So in Sahasrar Puja, actually, you have to recognize your own divinity, that you are divine, by experiencing your divinity. How do you experience your divinity? That you give realization to others. It's a great experience to give realization to others. Not only that, you give realization, but you can tell about their chakras. You know what's wrong with them. You are quite confident. And mentally you know that, yes, it's working. You'll say, without getting involved into it as I do it, you'll say, Mother, it's working, it's happening, it's this thing, that. But you never introspect. How is it I am working? How I am working it out? How I can feel? What has happened to me? What has improved in me? What has sharpened in me? What is the development in me? What is the transformation? Once you start thinking about it, the experience of your own being, then a kind of a feeling towards the Mahamaya develops. Feeling, again I say feeling. Like feeling of fear, feeling of happiness, feeling of depression, any feeling you develop. And this feeling you could call a feeling of gratitude, feeling of love, feeling of oneness, feeling of joy. All this starts working in your heart. And then you feel the responses. If supposing the sea is responding to moon, that means it has that mobility in it to respond. A stone will not react to the moon. In the same way, in your heart, these waves of these feelings are created by the experience of spirituality, by the experience of your own being. And then you start expressing them. And I could make it out. Such a person may not be so much talkative, may not know much about Sahaja Yoga, but in the heart he feels the response. Is something to be achieved, because you know that the center of heart is placed here. The Pita, the seat of the heart, is on Brahmarandra. If your heart is not open, in the heart, if you do not have those responses built in, they need not be of awe or fear, but a natural protocol that develops. Then you can never do wrong, because you know whatever is good in your heart. Supposing you love somebody from your heart, you are not going to harm that person. In the same way, when you start feeling those responses in your heart, you can never do wrong, because they are now manifesting which were built within you. Because there was spirituality, there was that divinity which was built in, now it is manifesting. आपल्या जीवनामध्ये पहिले शांतपणा आणला, अत्यंत शांत झालं पाहिजे. मी सारखं सांगत असते की कबूल तुमच्या जीवनात खूप आतप आहे, खूप त्रास आहे, सगळं आहे, पण शांतपणा हा जीवनात आणला पाहिजे. हे मला तुम्ही आता ह्या वाढदिवसाला दान दिलं पाहिजे की माताजी आम्ही शांतपणा, अत्यंत शांत, बर्फाचा शांतपणा आला पाहिजे, अत्यंत सहन केलं पाहिजे. त्याच्याशिवाय काम होणार नाही. आणि ते तुम्ही सहन करून सुद्धा तुमचं काहीही तुम्हाला होणार नाही, सगळं सहस्रारातनं निघून जाणार. जे काही तुम्ही सहन करता करता म्हणतात ते सगळं निघून जाणार आहे. तेव्हा माणसाने त्याबद्दल जास्त विचार करू नये. मी फार दुःखी, मला हा त्रास वगैरे हे कसलं काय आलंय. अहो तुम्ही संत झाले, आता तुम्हाला दुःख कसलं आलंय. We all have to be very peaceful people, and you have seen my peaceful nature has solved so many problems just like that. So try to achieve that peace within. That peace should not be lost at any cost, and should not be also expressed outside in a way like I sometimes, my peace itself becomes terrible. But you don't have that kind of possibility, so you just don't do it. You just don't do it. Never do it that way. Try to be extremely peaceful. Try to make your forehead relax. Many people come to me, it's like this, you see. Then I just know that there's a big booth on the head sitting. Then I shout at them. Keep your forehead relaxed. Relax. I'm not doing anything. Mother is doing everything. Relax. 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 If you relax, you'll find that your heart will open. My heart cannot open. Why can't you open your heart? because you have no trust in yourself. Try to trust yourself. Open your Agya, open your Ekadasha and your Sahasrara, and your heart will. Once your Sahasrara is open, your heart will open automatically. At the level of Sahasrara, you know the truth. So all kinds of illusions, all kinds of misunderstandings, all kinds of self-imposed ignorance, they all to disappear. Because what you know is the truth. The truth is not sharp, it's not harsh, it is not something which is difficult to assimilate. People thought truth must be something that would be just very damaging or could be very harsh, could create problems between human beings. We should not have. We should not have. It was not meant to be. But whenever they talked of truth, the people used it for a wrong purpose. There's something special about human beings, that they start using things for a wrong attitude, for a wrong message, and try to use it for their own purpose. It's such a common thing with human beings that they want to have power over other men. Only your Sahasrara can reflect the light of the giver. So your Sahasrara is extremely important. You must meditate to enrich your Sahasrara, to cure it, to make it completely nourished by the Kundalini. There's no need to do many rituals, but meditation and also little bit of taking bandhan even now today is necessary, I think, when you go out. Because still Kali Yuga is working its own pangs and the Satya Yuga is trying to come out. We are the ones who are going to support, look after the Satya Yuga. And that's why the Sahasrara opening is very, very important. It's very important. And those who want to grow should meditate every day, whatever time you may come home, maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening, any time. But you will know that you are meditating when you can get into thoughtless awareness. Then you will know. Your reaction will be zero. Look at something, you'll just look at it. You won't react because you are thoughtless. You won't react. When that reaction is not there, then everything will be surprised is divine. Because reaction is your Agya's problem. Once you are absolutely thoughtlessly aware, you are one with the divine. So much so that divine takes over every activity, every moment of your life and looks after you. And you feel completely secured, one with the divine, and enjoy the blessings of the divine. May God bless you.
Thank you, Sri Mataji. Thank you very much for this beautiful talk. To listen to it again and again, to understand the depth, the subtleties, what Sri Mataji is trying to tell us. I think so the best way to assimilate this divine knowledge is to go into meditation. So we'll just go into silent meditation for some time. Let us stay for some more time. The Sahasrara sucking the vibrations of Sri Mataji in total silence and total peace. Now to finish this small meditation, can just bow down our head slightly, put our right hand on the left heart, left hand on the right hand. Pray to Sri Mataji, thanking her. Sri Mataji, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to meditate in your presence, for allowing us to feel the Nirananda, for allowing us to feel your love. No words can be sufficient to thank you enough. But we pray at your lotus feet so that the Sahasrara remains more and more open. Thank you again, Sri Mataji. Jai Sri Mataji. So you can bow down to Sri Mataji, slowly raise our Kundalini and put a bandhan. Those who want to meditate some more, they can, of course. And as I say, good night, goodbye, Jai Sri Mataji to all of you.
great craftsmen. They had no idea what our raga or our swara alap were. But there खुशी के मारे हंसे जा रहे हैं।